Time to talk about the state of Yu-Gi-Oh! For late October 2024. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. Now, our game is in a very interesting place right now. We have Bonanza literally like a week and a half away out here. People are super excited for it. Other people are upset because people don't understand how a 200 card nostalgia pool works, but you know, that's neither here nor there. The biggest thing, I guess, on the agenda right now is Dragon Master Magia. Magia still is viewed as the boogeyman in the room right now, as this card that people still want the reprint for. You have to remember, we have the Blue Eyes deck coming out in next year, all right? If you don't think that Magia is going to receive a reprint as a selling point somewhere around that time, or, you know, an announced window shortly after that, you're crazy. Konami is not only going to capitalize on people wanting the deck, but they're going to capitalize on wanting to make another set that allows them to have the reprint equity that they need for that. Anybody else question that at all? No? Okay. Also, the set the Dragon Master Magia came in is still holding $100 a box. That has not changed, and I don't think that's going to change because people are just buying the product because they want to try to pull the Magia. You gotta remember, there are pack opening channels out there. They do drive a wee little bit of the market, not a lot of it, but Magia is the biggest and hottest thing out here next to, you know, the Blue Eyes deck. Konami actually keeping hand traps in it, hopefully, and just keeping a lot of the value present that the set had going for it. And that's got people, it's got people very excited, to say the least. And of course, the Maze of Memory set, oh, that's got people excited too. Pre-orders are looking pretty good on that. So that's the excitement and where people are really feeling about this. We just had our last set come out, and the Mulcharmies are doing Mulcharmy things. I will say though, Fuwawas has dropped in price quite nicely. I know a lot of people are very upset that it's $100+ card, but it's not $140 anymore. The card has typically, it went down to I think about $125 right now, which is pretty good. All right, just be patient. It'll slowly drop down. That's the big thing. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh players like, I need it now. You will get your reprints. All right. My comment section keeps telling me I don't seem to understand that, you know, it shouldn't be that way, and then, you know, Konami's just gonna not make money. So, you know, they're still a business for first and foremost. All right, that's how it works. State of the game in terms of play, I think the format is a lot better than it's been. I can see obviously the 4 best decks in the room by about a mile, but I would say you've got at least 15 rogue decks that you can do well with. Centurion putting itself back on the spotlight has been very, very, very strong. I think that deck was probably the big one to kind of show itself out here and, you know, do some things. Also, White Forest doing well. People, if you're playing rogue, you have to understand you have to work for some of these wins. All right, you don't get the auto bam easy. All right, GG. Like, if the deck was as consistent as that, it'd be the best deck in the room. It wouldn't be considered a rogue strategy at that point. So I do got to refresh and remind people that you do have to work with some of this stuff if you are playing rogue. All right, but right now, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Minus, you know, Fire King, Snake Eyes, Tenpai, and Yubel, which are still kind of the boogeymen in the room. I mean, they are the better decks. If you're playing rogue, though, you can win. It's definitely not an unwinnable shit show out here. We are also on the horizon of possibly entering into another Tier 0 format. It depends how Konami structures their ban list. Rizal touching down into our meta isn't the problem. It's Konami releasing a ban list around that time, and this is why I talk about like the last OCG ban list a little bit. The problem is when they go, okay, here's Rizal. Rizal's already so far ahead of the meta, you don't really need to destroy any of these other decks. And they're like, okay, hey, look, we did it. We hit all the other decks. You hit the competition while the deck is still up here. You take away its competition, which is down here. The deck just goes, oh, hey, hey guys, there's nobody around here to do anything about this. Oh, okay, I'll just stay up here. That's a problem. All right, I think that's the big thing to worry about out here as we're kind of heading on into the next list out here with Rizal is if you take care of those 3 decks around it, then you just make Rizal infinitely better. And I can't wait for people to be upset about that. Oh, Rizal's the best deck, but then you hit everything else around it, just invalidating it. That's a problem. That's a big one. The state of everything else, Yu-Gi-Oh! The franchise is doing fine. Honestly. I am waiting for Jump Festa in December. I think what is going to happen at Jump Festa is going to be the big thing. You gotta remember, we had that short animation last year, which kind of set the stage for a lot of things. It was basically the spoilers for the whole gosh darn year, which was kind of insane that they actually did that. They had the roadmap for a full year planned out. I'm expecting to see more on the animation department. I think that's a big thing right now, as people are waiting for that. Also, I heard that the Hello Kitty collab from McDonald's just hit Korea. So wow, that really was like a whole 7-8 month thing. I still really wish that Konami would go through and make the collab cards for those cards. I would love to have the Blue Eyes, and Konami, if you're watching this, go revisit that idea that you did with the plushes and go make some gosh darn cards with that. I've seen some of the most amazing Oricas that the community has generated with this, and we've had some amazing memes with this. I don't know why you didn't capitalize on that and do that. I know that it was probably not a Konami thing, but I don't know why we didn't explore that idea. Like, that would have been one of the coolest collabs that you could have actually done. And you kind of punted it really, really hard. So yeah, I expect some animation news out here. Tier 0 meta on the horizon. The market is still going through the whole quarter century pounding out here. Starlights the community's lost a lot of faith in them. That still continues. That has not changed, and I don't think that is going to change anytime soon. Faith was restored a little bit with the market, with the Blue Eye Structure deck being fully announced, but as I said at the beginning of this video, I mean, Dragon Master Magia is still the thing that people are waiting to see. If you don't immediately give a reprint for Magia, or at least give a heads up about Magia, that's where a lot of people are going to be very upset, and it's still going to be that way. Also, I mean, the other big thing is the negativity in this community. People are complaining about something every single day. I can sit here and I can make a top 10 video and I'll get called a shithead. I don't know what I'm talking about. The negativity has swelled up quite a little bit, but I think it's calmed down a little bit. Attitude towards the game is, I mean, you've got people still quitting. The biggest thing recently that was really interesting was just current players being upset with people liking the Nostalgia Pool and Bonanza. I did a whole video talking about that. That was very interesting just to see the cannibalism between the two groups going, well, I want Modern Era reprints, and the people playing the other formats are like, no, I want upgrades. Like, let me have this. The sense of instant gratification and things like that are very, very interesting. Also, the state of pricing is still abysmal, though Konami, I guess, made an effort out here to try to give some upgrades for what it's worth. But outside of that, Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself is doing fine. We're wrapping up 2024 here relatively easily. I'm very curious to see what they have on the horizon for 2025. We already have a beginning roadmap, but what I expect a Yu-Gi structure deck to be announced before the end of the 25th. Quarter centuries might be wrapping up a lot sooner than we think. I do expect that the poll that Konami did will probably be the Bonanza 2. And I would expect that, honestly, probably March or April. That feels a lot quicker than you might be imagining, but I do have a feeling that that'll be it. And of course, I remember the old divide for things was like April for the OCG, August for us. We're probably just going to call it a day at Alliance Insight, but we'll have to wait and see. So, what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about the state of Yu-Gi-Oh? And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.